Warning, this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't watched the film, what are you doing? Go watch the film! Hey there guys, Primus Reviews here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Transformers Rise of the Beast official movie. Now, I did take a couple days to let it sit in. I did rewatch it about 2 times so far, third one pending, and now I'm just really excited to just talk about it because honestly, I've seen the good and the bad in this film, and let me just say that this film overall is a great film. Now, before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications so that way you guys don't miss a single upload. I really hope you guys do enjoy this video as we are pushing to 700 subscribers. And man, so far we are getting really close. We are almost halfway to 650. So let's see if we can do it. But before we start, again, this is going to be my opinion. This is going to be what I feel and what I like about this film. Now, note that your opinion does matter as well. So if you guys have any other opinions of what you like and what you didn't like in your overall rating of this film, please make sure to leave it down in the comments down below so that way we can discuss and see if we both agree at the end. Now, just a quick recap on this film. Optimus Prime and the Autobots take on their biggest challenge yet. When a new threat capable of destroying the entire planet emerges, they must team up with a powerful faction known as the Maximals to save the Earth. Yeah, that's roughly about it. You know, just straightforward, straight to the point, and that's what I like about this film. This film is easy. The plot is easy to understand, not complex, so that way you guys can understand what happens in this film. And yeah, that's one thing I did like about this film. Now, when that day started, I did not know how to feel. I was going through all the emotions. I was happy, I was anxious, I was scared, because I didn't know what to feel, because this film honestly had me on the edge. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to feel. And before the movie started, of course, they did give us these amazing posters. Thank you so much. They did have Optimus Primal, which was really cool. You also had another option of Optimus Prime, but they only had Optimus Primal in my theater, so it is what it is. They also gave this patch here. It is a cool Maximal patch. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks really cool. Again, I do quite like this a lot. But yeah, that's all they gave us basically. And honestly, I was really happy that we actually got these. Now, when the movie was about to start, we did get a very special message from Stephen K. Jr. So here it was.
We have beautiful locations in this Transformers film. You're going to see Peru, you're going to see New York, you're going to see 1994 specifically. And our beautiful robots, the Transformers. I put so much work and love into the designs. You're about to meet the Maximals, the Beast, and also our favorites, the Autobots. So sit back, relax, enjoy the movie. And yeah, can't wait for you guys to check it out.
Now, I'm not going to be talking about every single scene in this film. I'm just going to talk about the things that I did like. That opening scene was very cool, man. I have never felt so relieved of watching a Transformers film after 5 long years. Dude, it was insane. The beginning scene was very cool. I did like Ape Link. I did like how the Maximals were shown. I also did like, I want to talk about Scourge in like a separate own section because that's honestly a section that I can't wait to talk about. But man, seeing Scourge just menacing, oh my gosh, is very cool. But then just seeing how strong he was, destroying Ape Link within the matter of 3 hits, dude, that's insane. I was like, okay, this guy is the real freaking deal because man, I did not feel that. I haven't felt that way since Lockdown. You guys already know how Lockdown was, man. Lockdown was that guy, but Scourge, I think Scourge takes the cake on this one. I'm just saying. Now let's talk about Anthony Ramos's character. I do like his character. Honestly, I haven't felt that way since Sam. I do actually like his character. You can see all the emotions he's going through, all the struggles his family is going through, and man, it basically hurt seeing his family go through this and him trying to find a way to help. And him trying to find jobs, but they just won't let him in. So he turns to his friend to see if he can just steal stuff. And man, when Mirage was shown, oh man, Mirage is wow. Again, it was a cool callback to the 07 film when Bumblebee gets into the Camaro and then him seeing that Autobot logo. The same thing here. Noah seeing Mirage's Autobot logo but doesn't know that he's an actual Transformer. Man, it's very cool. It's a cool callback, and that's what I love about this film. A great callbacks. Dominique Fishback's very cool character. I did like Dominique Fishback's character. I think she did a great job. Honestly, enjoyed every time she was on the screen. Very cool, very funny as well. And honestly, again, I do quite like the character, though none of the characters here were annoying in my opinion. That's something I haven't felt in a long time. I felt like this film honestly introduced them, both Noah and I forgot her name. Both Noah and Elena's character were introduced, I think, the right way. Honestly, I didn't feel like, oh, they're forcing them into the picture. No. This one actually felt very, very cool and very, very, very real. And again, that's one thing that I like. This film didn't push the characters into your face. They're like, okay, here's why they showed up, here's why they're here, and they have to be here. That's what I like. Let's talk about the Autobots in this film. The Autobots here got their butt whooped, bro. I haven't seen the Autobots get their butt whooped like that in a very, very, very long time, let me just say. In this film, the Terracons were whooping, I mean absolutely mollywhopping the Autobots. Man, the Autobots just look like kids against grown-ups, basically. Don't get me wrong, I love the Autobots, but let me just say the Terracons were just that type of evil in this film. That just gives you an image. Scourge whooping Optimus Prime every single time. Nightbird being really, really, really cool. I do love the character Nightbird. She was very, very, very amazing and very, very traumatizing. And then we got the Buffy big old bulk Battle Trap, and let me just say Battle Trap was very, very, very cool in this film. I honestly, like, every time he popped on screen, you just wanted to see him more because he just looked that cool and he looked that menacing, and that's what I loved about the Terracons. Every single one of them looked menacing in their own way. Finally seeing RC in this film, let me just say that RC finally doing something, her finally getting basically screen time and her actually do something. I mean, Revenge of the Fallen, I guess she kind of, no, RC actually being here in this film was very, 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 very cool, and I actually enjoyed every time RC was on the film. Yeah, it was only for a little bit, but man, it was so cool to see RC. And yes, she was very, very, very small. Seeing her fit inside Wheeljack's van, that was very, very, very insane. Seeing Mirage. Now, Mirage was a character I did not think I was gonna not fall in love with, but actually just like, and that was it. No, honestly, I actually liked this character. Now, I thought they were gonna like force us to like Mirage. I thought they were gonna force us to you know, oh, Mirage, we love you. No, you fall in love with this character because what he brings to the table. He brings emotion, he brings funny, and he brings, like, when it gets serious, he gets serious, man. And love Mirage. I think they did Mirage very, very, very great. And again, if you haven't watched the film, and I don't know why you're watching this, if you haven't watched the film yet, you will love Mirage. And I like Mirage. I think Mirage is a really cool character. I think they did him justice. Again, he was very funny, very, very funny in this film. Let's talk about Bumblebee. Bumblebee in this film is just that guy. If you want an Autobot that can show off without trying to show off, Bumblebee is your guy. Doing backflips and spin moves, and dude, he's just that Autobot. If you want somebody by your side to have your back 24/7, just Bumblebee is that guy. They did Bumblebee very, very, very good in this film. Even though they killed him in this film. When they killed Bumblebee, I got genuinely pissed off. I was like, wow, they actually killed my boy. But when he came back, let me just say that I felt so happy and so relieved. And yes, even though he wasn't in this film for a very long time, he was still a big star for me. When he came back, when he did that comeback scene, he was there to kick some bro. Man, I don't know what to say. This film is amazing. They did my boy Bumblebee justice. And again, you want an Autobot who likes to show off but doesn't even try to show off? Bumblebee's your guy. Bumblebee is my guy. He is that guy. And yeah, I love Bumblebee. I freaking love Bumblebee in this film. Let's talk about Optimus Prime. I have never seen this type of Optimus Prime before. We have never seen this type of Optimus Prime before. Him not hate humans, but just thinks that they're in the way. Seeing Optimus Prime evolve from that into actually liking humans was a very, very risky take, but I think they did a phenomenal job on it. Seeing Optimus Prime blame Noah for not Bumblebee's death, but just not achieving the job or losing the key, and him actually liking Noah and having his back during their final battle between him and Scourge. It's insane. It's physically insane, but Optimus Prime is amazing as always. But this time, he felt even more amazing in this film. Let me just say, his one-liners in this film is incredible. It's incredible. Peter Cullen has always done a phenomenal job, but this one, he just, I don't know, this one he just takes it to another level. He just makes it even better with this one. You can feel the emotion whenever Optimus Prime is angry, whenever Optimus Prime is sad, whenever Optimus Prime is worried or not happy, or just encouragement basically in this film. He encourages at the very end to give that final speech before they go into the final battle where they think they all might die. Man, Optimus Prime in this film is amazing, and I just can't thank Peter Cullen enough for just doing another phenomenal job. Wheeljack. Wheeljack was pretty good in this film. I did not hate his design. Well, in the beginning I did. I thought it was atrocious. But seeing him on the film, honestly, it didn't really bother me. It was very, very cool seeing Wheeljack, and now we know the reason why he has that alternate mode. It's because he's been stuck in Peru. So there's that. But man, again, I do like Wheeljack. I think he's a very, very, very cool character. Even though he didn't get a lot of screen time in this film, I still think they did a phenomenal job with Wheeljack. Didn't really bother me. Now, the thing is, people are still not going to like that that's Wheeljack. They could have named it any other Autobot. But for me, it is what it is. He joined the final battle at the very end. But man, very, very, very cool character. Even though he did have a little bit of lines, it wasn't in the film that whole much. I still like the character, in my opinion. Let's talk about the Maximals. The Maximals in this film are very, very, very cool. Let's start off with Airazor. Airazor, man, I loved Airazor in this film. Now, I wasn't gonna buy a Studio Series Airazor, but this film has very much tempted me to buy an Airazor figure now. That's just how cool this character was. Airazor in this film was amazing. Seeing her just fly majestically, or just seeing her on screen, was very, very, very cool. Now, her death scene in this film, like, I was mad they killed Airazor, but she went out knowing that Primal had to do whatever it took, or whatever it takes to get the key. Man, Airazor, why did you have to die? Optimus Primal was very, very, very cool in this film. Now, I'm sad that they didn't show off his robot mode a lot more. I think that was very, very, very cool. But when we got to see it, when he got to say Maximals, maximize on screen, oh boy. Seeing Rhinox transform into his robot mode, seeing Cheetor transform into his robot mode, man, this, oh my gosh, seeing that in the big screen after only hearing it in Beast Wars, man, that was very, very, very cool. Cheetor was amazing in this film, even though he didn't have that lot of lines, even though he wasn't that many scenes. Same thing with Rhinox, honestly. Very, very, very cool characters. I did love both of them, and I just can't wait to see them in future installments if we do get them. Please, please let them come back. Please, please, please. The Terracons. The Terracons in this film were bad. Dude, it's insane. It was insane. Let's talk about Battleshot first again. Battleshot was a very cool character, even though he died the way he died, even though I wish they didn't really kill off them, you know, but it is what it is. He went out very, very cool, even though he did have a little bit of lines. Still a very fantastic character. I did love every time he was on screen. Same thing with Niper. Niper was a very cool character. The main line did not do her justice at all, aka, you know, the figures, very, very, very cool character. I did like Niper. She was basically like, oh, I love Niper. And Scourge. Oh boy, Scourge! Oh my! When I tell you that Scourge is now my favorite evil character in a Transformers film, he is my favorite evil Transformers character now. Scourge in this film was a menace. Scourge in this film just wanted to get the job done and please his master, aka Unicron. That beginning scene when he whooped Apeling in basically 3 hits, that's when you could tell right away he already got me on the hook, basically. That scene, he already got me in the hook. Best character. Already from that, better than Lockdown. And I know Lockdown was a very, very menacing character, and I love Lockdown. Lockdown was a very cool character. Scourge takes the cake on this one. Scourge is just that guy. Seeing all the symbols of the trophies that he killed, seeing it in his basically vehicle form, seeing him on the screen every single time gave me goosebumps. And the voice, Peter Dinklage, did a phenomenal job as Scourge. His voice basically felt like a nightmare. And oh man, I just can't say enough about Scourge. Scourge is such an amazing character, and I can see it the way where he was just only trying to please his master and that was it. But Scourge was just that guy. Seeing him kill Bumblebee, seeing him whoop Optimus Prime for basically 90% of the film, that's how you can tell that he's the real deal. Seeing him kill Air Razor, he basically killed Air Razor basically because he was already turning bad, but Optimus Prime had to finish the job. Seeing him kill, well, not technically kill, Mirage. I don't know what to say, but seeing him die, it's like seeing Scourge die was like, no, I wanted to see him again, but good, because that's what you get. That's what I basically felt about the end when Scourge, died and stuff. But Scourge went out very, very, very cool, and just seeing his face, it was like disgusting. It kind of reminds me of Ultron, I'm not gonna lie, but just seeing his face was disgusting, but it was so menacing at the same time. Scourge was just that guy. He amazing character. Stole the show. Now let's talk about the good. Well, I already talked about the good, but let's keep it going. I love the slow transformations in this film. I like how you can see everything that's happening through every single transformation of each character. Optimus Prime, seeing him transform, you can see everything, but it's not fast to the point where you don't know which piece goes. You can actually kind of see where everything is placing and stuff. We're seeing him transform back into his truck mode. You can see where his hands go, where his legs go. Very, very cool. Bumblebee, same thing. You can see everything. Basically, every Transformer in this film, you can see when and how they transform. Very, very, very cool. That's one thing I love about this film. You can see everything that's happening every time they transform. I also loved how they used the model robot in disguise. They talk to each other while they're in vehicle mode, and I don't think we've seen that in a Transformers film, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of one right now, but I can't. Just let me know down in the comments down below if you remember a scene. But this one, they actually talk in their vehicle forms, and man, it's very, very, very cool. And that's one thing that I did like about this film, that we finally got to see that on the big screen. Let's talk about the voice acting. The voice acting in this film is actually very, very, very good. Every person that voices their own character in this film, whether it be an Autobot, whether it be a Maximal, or whether it be a Terracon, or whether it be a Unicron, every voice actor did their job, and they all did phenomenal, and they all did amazing. I love that. I freaking love that. I love the action scenes in this film. Every time there was action, boy, was it freaking cool to watch, and you can actually see everything that's going on in this film. Now, that's not to take away from the Michael Bay verse, because I do think the action there is phenomenal whenever an action scene does come up. But for this one, you can see what's happening when and where. You can actually see what's going on. Not explosions everywhere, just like blinding you a little bit from seeing the action. This one, when there's explosions needed, there is explosions needed. And overall, this film did a phenomenal job with the action, and the final battle with every single Terracon versus Autobots and the Maximals, seeing Scorponok, seeing Frenzy, man, very, very, very cool. That's one thing that I did like about this film. Just the final battle felt epic, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack on this film, there's no way to put it. The soundtrack on this film is amazing. The callbacks, the nostalgia. You guys know what I'm talking about. The two songs that play back to back. Back to back. I teared up. I teared up. I teared up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm being straightforward. I teared up when those two songs played back to back. I never thought I would hear those soundtracks in the big screen ever again. When those two songs played, I teared up. Cause I never thought I'd hear them again. And they did it. The plot is simple. Stop the Terracons from getting the key. There are two keys. The Maximals have one, and one is in a museum. Just don't let it come together from bringing Unicron. That was it. Simple, easy, straight to the point. That's what I love. Not too complicated, just straight to the point. That's what I love about this film. And again, this movie is funny, but when it gets serious, it gets serious. But the funny moments in this film, Mirage takes the cake. Oh, Mirage. Mirage is very funny in this film, and you cannot tell me you did not like Mirage. Mirage was a very, very cool character, and I think kids would love Mirage. Stratosphere. Yes, very cool character. Very cool character. I do love Stratosphere. Even though, again, he was only for a little bit of film, he was more of the transportation for the Autobots to get to Peru. Very cool character. I do love that character. He's huge. Freaking huge, dude. He's huge. Sad he wasn't in the final battle, but he did bring my boy B back into the final battle, so I can't be mad about that. But man, Stratosphere was a very cool character. Sad we didn't get to see him as much, but I hope we can see him again in future installments, honestly. The big baddie Unicron. Unicron is freaking huge. I love the voice actor for Unicron. Very freaking cool. Loved it. Sad we didn't get to see him as much as I wanted to, but of course he took up probably 90% of the budget, so can't have him on the film for that much. But hopefully this film brings it. Hopefully the next film brings him back. Hopefully within maybe 2 or 3 films they bring him back and one epic showdown, Unicron versus the Autobots or the Decepticon. Basically, whatever. I just want to see Unicron back again because I feel like we didn't see him as much as we wanted to, and I just want to see him one more time, but as like the final stand, basically. This film is rated at what, a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Okay, now let's see what the audience thinks. Oh wow, look at that, 91%. It's about what the audience thinks. Don't judge this movie by its critics. Judge the movie by if the audience liked it. And what do you know? The audience freaking liked it. And are you surprised? Are you surprised that the critics didn't like it? Me? No. I knew they were gonna freaking hate it. I knew they were gonna hate it. They were gonna say stuff like, oh, this movie is only made to keep pushing toys. Or this movie is basically a lackluster of just explosions everywhere. Remember that these critics give Captain Marvel that review right there that you see on the screen. Now don't get me wrong. Captain Marvel is an okay film. But it does... You cannot tell me that that movie ranks higher than this one. That's no shade. I'm just saying. The audience is what matters. And the audience have spoken. They have said that they've enjoyed it. More than enough for me. One thing I didn't like about this film is the G.I. Joe reference. You cannot tell me that when that scene popped up, you did not think it was Sector 7. I thought it was Sector 7. I freaking thought it was Sector 7. But I guess not. It was a G.I. Joe reference. Now, I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. I'm really not going to judge a book by its cover. But I'm about to judge a book by its cover. I've never been a fan of the G.I. Joe. I don't really care for G.I. Joe. I don't really like G.I. Joe, but if this is the route they're going for, okay, I completely understand. Just don't force G.I. Joe into Transformers. Let it just happen naturally, I guess. Now, I get it, it's a Paramount thing, they want to do a crossover, I completely understand. But don't let the human characters take over another Transformer film. Don't have 80% of the human characters and only 20% of the Transformers. It's called Transformers for a reason. I think this film did a great job at balancing both Transformers and the human characters. Because every time that the human characters were there on screen with the Transformers, it was for a valid reason. It was for a great reason. And honestly, that's one thing I liked about this film. They didn't force the characters into my face. That's what I loved about it. They just happened. They just happened to be there because they needed to be there. They had a point to be there, basically. Bam! There you go. And that's what I loved about this film. They balanced both human and Transformers, and this one showed a bit more Transformers, which I did like, and I hope they keep going that route. But it's just the G.I. Joe reference I honestly didn't like, but again, I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. They haven't even talked about releasing the next film. I know they're in talk with Stephen Caple Jr. right now, talking about the second one, but I'm not going to judge a book by its cover again, and we'll just see how this goes. But as of right now, I didn't really like the G.I. Joe references, but that's just my opinion. Now, I'm going to talk about this before I end the video. The pacing on this film. The movie is clocked in at 2 hours and 7 minutes long. Now, when I first read this, I'm like, okay, so take out the credits, basically, so roughly it's about 1 hour 59, maybe 2 hours long. I didn't really, I wish there was more. I felt like the pacing on this film was just a little bit too fast. The beginning, they showed everything and everything was going great, but once they went to Peru and all this other stuff, I feel like that's when the pacing started to really pick up, like really fast. It's like, whoa, okay. That's what I felt basically halfway during the film, and I wish there was maybe like 15 minutes more of footage, maybe more of the Transformers basic, or maybe just more of like them kind of getting, I don't know, just something, just 15 more minutes more of footage. That way the pacing could at least slow down just a bit. That way those 15 minutes can either fill in the gaps or just fill in basically what needed to be in this film. And I honestly, as of right now, I really don't know, but just to me, it felt fast paced, and I wish there was like at least 15 minutes, just a little bit longer, and maybe like a 2 hour 15-60 minute film would have done it, in my opinion. This film is probably one of those films that you can rewatch. It's rewatchable and you won't get tired of it. The soundtrack, the final battle ending soundtrack, is about to go down on God. Oh my gosh, very cool. And man, I love the soundtrack. I freaking love the soundtrack. On my soul, I had that song on repeat because, man, we escaping Cybertron off of that one, boys. That song is hype madness, and I'm glad they played that at the ending, dude. Oh my gosh. Again, this film is amazing. This film is fantastic, and I loved it. And the audience reaction. When I went to the theater, the audience was involved. The audience was laughing. The audience was crying. The audience was screaming. I loved it. The second time was good as well, but the first time is one I'll never forget. We were all happy. We were all excited. We all went through the emotions in that theater. And man, Bumblebee's comeback, everybody was screaming. Oh man, I was so happy for my boy to be back. But overall, this film does an amazing job at capturing kids, or basically people coming into the Transformers for the very first time. They did do a great job with that. And even OGs, the nostalgia, the music, the great callbacks, the bros before and all that, man. Very cool. So for that, I do have to give this film a solid 9.5 out of 10. Yes, like my buddy, like my boy Alfonso Nation, 9.5 out of 10 is going to do it for me. I gave this film a 9.5 out of 10 in the beginning, my initial reaction. So I'm still giving it to this day 9.5 out of 10, even though I just rewatched it a couple days ago. Or maybe like a day ago or so. Somewhere around there. Very great film. I feel like the pacing is a little bit too fast. I feel like there were some jokes that were kind of forced, but overall that does not take away the action in this film, the great story in this film. And even though I may be a Transformers fan, I judge every film the way it is, and for me, this film is freaking fantastic, and I am gonna watch this movie probably again. No, definitely again. It's only been, what, since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so 6 days of this recording. Well, 7 days when you watch this, 6 days of this recording. It still has a long way to go, and so far it's already going up, and that's what I loved. Again, critics I don't judge a movie off of critics. It's if I enjoyed it. Audience enjoyed it. The audience enjoys it. That's more than enough for me. That means Transformers is back, baby. They're back and ready and bigger than ever, and that just makes me more excited for the second one, because who knows what they might bring in the second one. Sorry. They could bring the Decepticons. We can finally see Megatron. Hopefully, maybe soon. I'm sad that Megatron or Beast Wars Megatron was not shown in this film, but I really hope we get to see them hopefully soon, because I think it's been since the last night since we've seen a Megatron. Now again, this whole video is just my opinion, what I thought about this film. You may not like this film, and I completely understand. All opinions are respected on this channel. Just have a valid, good reason, and I can see, okay, that's understandable. But if it's a reason of, oh yeah, they only made this movie just to push out more toys and that was it, that's not a valid reason at all. Or just explosions everywhere and you can't see what's going on. That's not a valid reason. It needs to be a really good reason. But again, all opinions are respected on this channel. I would read probably some of them. I'd be like, oh yeah, I agree, or I disagree, but that's at the end of the day. At the end of the day is our opinions. And my opinion is, I freaking love this film and I can't wait to watch it again. Now, even though this film is not perfect, even though the cons are in this film, I feel like the good outweighs the con in this one. And I really enjoyed myself with this film. Honestly, I haven't felt this way about a film in a very long time. And I love this film. This poster, fantastic. Am I sad I didn't have Optimus Prime? Yes, but I was glad to take Optimus Prime because he was very sick in this film. But yeah, that's going to do it here for me. Let me know down in the comments down below. What are your opinions about the movie? What you like and what you didn't like, and your overall rating. Again, this was my opinion. This is what I think about the film. So please don't come at me. But yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications so that way you guys don't miss a single upload. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I don't know how long this video is, so I'll let you I'll know by probably when I'm done editing this video. But other than that, it's been Primus Reviews. Remember to stay calm and keep moving on. So I'll make sure to see you guys on the next one. Bye! On my soul, everybody in the click strapped, and they all on go.